So what about all this stuff, Ed? All right, well, funny thing. Well, quickly going through. I say quickly. You know what that means. This boom. So in my GTD system here, all right. In GTD, I've got a couple of different perspectives, and trying to remember all this stuff. Like I said earlier, I sometimes fall off the wagon. Not so much GTD. I mean, we all do, but I fall into a lack of motivation. All right. So why is that? So first thing right off the bat is before you beat yourself up, before you think negatively about yourself that you're a loser with no discipline and all this other stuff, have to think, how much sleep did I get? What is my average amount of sleep this week? All right. Yeah, I got 8 hours last night. Okay, yeah, but the night before, 4 hours, 4 hours, 3 hours, 2 hours, 4 hours. All right, one night, dude, not going to make it. All right. So what is your average? And I noticed, I mean, I sleep with a sleep tracker. Not that I think it does anything, honestly, but at least what it does give me is a quantifiable number of the amount of hours I have in bed. And for the most part, pretty close. I fall asleep pretty close after I lay down in bed. So quality sleep is a whole different issue. You got to have some good equipment. I don't think a phone is not going to give it for you on how good your sleep is. You got to get some good equipment. But at least knowing that, well, this app don't lie. I get average 5 hours of sleep a night for the past 3 months. Change that. All right, that's step one. What's your diet like? I try to use my fitness app. Try to. It's just sometimes it's hard when I throw 5-6 ingredients into a pan. I cook it all up, vegetables and meat like that. And then how much is this? Is this 1 serving or 2 servings of meat? That I don't have the motivation to do that. Right. So, but at least I can go. How many times did I eat out fast food this week? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever times. That's a contributing factor. What did I go do with other people this week? So basically, the basics before I even look at my productivity system is: have I been sleeping? Have I been exercising? Have I spent some time with good people this week? And have I meditated regularly? Have I been eating well? If I knock out the regular stuff, these things, this is the basis of my health across the board. So before you even start looking for the best productivity system, you got to get the rest of that right. Because the best productivity system is not going to fix a burning house. So what's the best Wi-Fi? Dude, your house is on fire. Yeah, but what's the best Wi-Fi layout? All right, so eat healthy, meditate, exercise, get lots of sleep, and spend time with quality people. And then, on top of that, what are some goals? What are some meaningful goals? And David Allen and GTD talks about their different horizons of focus, from 50,000 down all the way down. Man, I keep spending a lot of time thinking about those. How to make that simpler? I know that's pretty simple. 50,000 all the way down to the runway. That doesn't work for me because some of them are interchangeable. They're not really different levels as they're different types. So I haven't found the right analogy that works well for my little brain. I'm not as smart as David Allen. It works for him. But at least, if nothing else, the 50,000 level, I think of Stephen Covey. What are the areas of my life that are important to me? Okay, what can I do this week to improve that area of my life? So that is, I have not that one. I just worked on all of my perspectives this morning. I've been working on this one. So daily. So this one right here, daily, is available and has the tag Sharpen. So again, Stephen Covey, Sharpen the Saw sort of thing. Whatever domain of life it is, work, military, contract, volunteer, personal, family, whatever it is. There are some things in that I put the tag Sharpen on that I feel would make me a better that. So platoon sergeant, what would make me a better platoon sergeant? This. Or personal meditation, whatever it is. And these are repeating tasks. You see that by the ellipses over here on the right hand side, these are repeating. And so what's interesting about this, for me, this is how I got it set up, is if I go to remaining, done, I've got some this afternoon. Sky Guide app, like 1500, is going to pop up into my awareness. Bone broth. I drink bone broth at night. I've been on a kick for the last week or two, drinking bone broth every night. So I'll sit with a good book, you know, and I'll just drink some bone broth, and I think that helps make me healthier. Before I go to sleep, you know, set up coffee. Anyway, these things are repeating, but they're deferred different times. So instead of using a tag of morning or night, tag like that, I just have my deferred times because I don't want to see it. But going back to this small step, so here's the thing that I find that is helping me some, is that you see, set up coffee maker. All right, so for a while I didn't have this on there because I drink coffee every morning. I drink 2 cups of coffee. That's about it. It's the most that I drink in a day. I used to drink 22 cups of coffee a day in my final year of college. It's nuts. So if you don't do this at night, you're just going to do it in the morning. So why put this in your task manager? You know, I'm the only guy here. No one else is depending on me to make coffee. This isn't a make or break thing. So, right, it's not a real due date thing. So why? But let's go to this. I haven't opened it in a while, and it forgot where it was doing. All right, so this right here, let's go to notes. This right here, the goal when thinking about action is to create momentum instead of worrying about success or completion. Success or completion comes as a result of enough momentum. Remember earlier I said process over product? This is it. So yeah, we have thought about the product. We have thought about the end result. When you do your weekly review, when you do your clarification, what does done look like, and there's all this other stuff. Yeah, you put it all in there, right? Hopefully you're not doing review all the time every day. You can't. That's just too much mental energy. You can't be thinking about what the end process looks like all the time either, because that's too much mental energy. You know, you do, when you do it, and then when you're done with it, don't do it. For the most part, you don't need to be thinking about it. So before the end, like, you know, on a running goal, like, what is it that I want to do? I want to accomplish. Why do I want to run this pace? Well, what's the steps necessary to get me to that? Well, I need to train fartleks 3 times a week. Or 1 time a week. I need to do this. I need to do that. I need to have this sort of nutrition plan. I need to have this sort of stretching post-run plan, whatever it is. Okay, set those those actions going. But then when I'm doing it, I'm not thinking, okay, this smoothie's here to make me run faster. Might pop it in my head, but that's not. I'm not thinking about running faster there. I'm thinking about the smoothie. Just do the smoothie, dude. This is process over product. But the key here is momentum. All right. Remember the spoon. So this is not a big deal when I'm feeling on top of the world and I feel like I can accomplish anything. Sure, make coffee, done. Just knocking off check marks. But there are some days when I just don't feel like doing anything. And this is the thing that Omnifocus helps me with this, even though I hate that it has all the tags listed here. I don't need to see the tags. Why? What good does it do me seeing all these tags? Nothing. You know, please Omnifocus, take out the tags from the iOS view. It makes it cluttered. I mean, I use Things 3. This is gorgeous. Much prettier to look at, much easier to use. Oh my gosh, this is so much better on so many different ways, except for one area. It's like Things 3 and Omnifocus is like 2 different coffee shops that you go to. Things 3 coffee shop is beautiful, quiet. It's not bustling. They've got Apple Pay. They have, you know, the right amount of coffee. It's good prices. There's no, you know, annoying hipsters that's telling you that communism is the answer to all the world's problems. And if only the world would listen to this, you know, 22-year-old, you know, Marx reading hipster, you know, the world would be better, or all these no, it's not one of those annoying. It's a cool coffee shop. The music's not too loud. It's just right. It's not even annoying kind of music. It's good music, you know. You can read and get stuff done and just enjoy the area. You can have a conversation. In fact, the other people conversing around you aren't too loud. It's just the right amount of noise. It's not like in some of the Starbucks. It's just like a cavern, like so noisy, and people bam, 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 hitting the espresso grinds out, and it's just super noisy. It's not like that at all. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. And the Omnifocus Cafe is loud. They don't have Apple Pay. You had to pay with cash only, or whatever. There's extra steps in getting all this stuff done. Their table is wonky, wobbly. And yep, there are those hipsters right there. You know, all this other stuff's going on. It's crowded. You gotta wait twice as long for your coffee, and the music is too damn loud. Better bring your headphones so you can tune it out. But why go to this coffee shop? Because they have, this is a bad analogy, but they have the gluten-free bagel. And you have celiac disease, and you can't eat gluten. The other one doesn't have gluten-free bagels. That's it. That's it. So yeah, for your morning coffee and your bagel, you are forced to go to this not-so-good cafe so you can have this coffee with a gluten-free bagel. Or gluten-free, and I know there's no such thing as gluten-free coffee, but you get my point. The coffee that doesn't have that one thing that you're allergic to. That's the Things 3 doesn't have serial processing, and you can't save perspectives. So yeah, I can go in here and you know, filter by tag. You know, let's filter by this. Cool, I can do that. And I've actually created a, like this. Click. This shortcut. And it creates it, opens it up in things. So yeah, that's a shortcut that I created. All right, on Sharpen. But that's it. I mean, you're kind of limited in the perspectives that you can build on Siri shortcuts, and it has to go through the app, and it's so on forth. Whereas Omnifocus, you can build these perspectives and you can get into the weeds. And it has serial projects, which means, you know, before you make the Kool-Aid, get the sugar, get the Kool-Aid, get the water. You can't stir Kool-Aid until you buy Kool-Aid, right? So that hides the things that you can do. You can't do C until B, you can't do B until A. This greatly cuts down on the clutter. And when you are struggling with, say, depression and low motivation, for whatever reason it may be, diet, sleep, exercise levels are contributing to this, and you open up your task manager and you see 40 tasks, good luck, you ain't get nothing done. Because you don't have the motivation to do any of them. So I have created for myself a couple of different perspectives that I can jump in, jump out, and do. And the point here is to get motivation started, get the ball going. David Allen uses an example of the desk drawer, drunk drawer, and I have got one right there. Okay, cool. That's not the best example for me because I'm like, where am I going to put all that stuff? I mean, there's not that much stuff. It's going to stay right there. Okay. The one that I use that works for me is the bathroom mirror. When you go to my bathroom mirror, I've got my toothbrush, and I got this, and shaving cream, and a lot of Band-Aids and stuff like that. And occasionally, sometimes bathroom mirror will get little spots on it because I watch, you know, the toothbrush, whatever, and sometimes there's a spot of water or the fog from the shower, whatever. Doesn't take long to do a bathroom mirror, and that's easy. You just go done. All right. So if I need to like clean the house, but I don't feel like cleaning the house, apartment, I'll go clean the mirror. And before you know it, clean the mirror. Well, let me just sweep the floor real quick. It's a 3 foot by 3 foot whatever bathroom. All right. Cool. Done. Well, I'm gonna clean this. You know, while I got the spray out, let me spray the toilet and wipe that down. Okay. Well, I can do this. Let me get the brush out. Before you built momentum. Momentum is what it's about. But you got to get that ball rolling. To use another analogy, auxiliary power units, APU, on F-18s and other planes as well. But if you ever go to if you see aircraft and you hear that's somewhere. Where is that coming from? And then later on you hear a well, that first one is an auxiliary power unit. It takes too much energy to get that main turbine going, the jet engine going. So you get a smaller jet engine, you get that going, and then that jet engine pushes air energy into this other jet engine and helps get it going, the auxiliary power unit. So in other words, looking for small tasks to do that you can do quickly and easily without much at all is the small spoon eating the big elephant. And life in its totality is sometimes a big elephant. There's just too much in life. I can't do anything. Just sit here and watch Netflix. All right? So this is my daily Sharpen list. And some of these may be too much. You know, I don't feel like meditating for 15 minutes. Well, James Clear, he's got a good website. He's got a lot of good stuff on there. James Clear, I can't remember how he says it. Stick to the schedule, something like that. I don't know. But basically, if you build a habit, like a daily habit, like meditate for 15 minutes is my thing. But if I don't feel like it, or if I don't have the motivation or whatever, then meditate for 10 minutes. Can't do that? Okay, 5 minutes. Can't do that? Okay, 2 minutes. Can't do that? Okay, 1 minute. And there have been days where I've had no motivation to even so much as do a minute. And I've 30 seconds. Okay, I'll do that. That doesn't count. See, that's the problem. That's your problem with your thinking right there. That doesn't count. Same with running. Who go run every day? Right? Who runs every day or regularly? All right. When you're trying to build a habit of running, one of the best examples that I give to people that are trying to run every day is like you set a time to go running all the time. All right. And if you can't do it, then you at least put your clothes on. So I tell people, like, I'm going to run Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but come Monday, things happen, right? You got to go to work, you got called in early, whatever it is, but you want to stick to the schedule. So you put your running clothes on and you go, okay, this counted. And you take it back out, put your work clothes on and go to work. But how does that count, Ed? You didn't really go running. You didn't, but for a lot of people, it is a problem to consistently have this habit. And that problem stems from the lack of motivation to actually go do it. So you build the momentum. So for a lot of people, the key is building that trigger. So by just putting on the clothes, well, put the running clothes on, might as well walk out the door. Well, if you walk out the door, what's next? Well, you get in the car. Before you know it, you're at the park. Hundreds of times I have been at the park ready to go run, and I did not feel like running. But the reason I did it is because, well, I got in the car. Why did I get in the car? Because I put the running clothes on. I mean, seriously, I got to put your clothes on. What else are you going to do? I want to either lounge around on the couch or I want to get in the car. It makes it easier to get in the car because you already got the clothes on. It's how it works. You start with the smallest thing possible, and you push that. Keep pushing it smaller and smaller until eventually your brain goes, that's it? That's all I got to do? Bam! There you go. There's the key. That's the APU, right? So one of these things, take fish oil multivitamin. That takes no effort. I just walk into the kitchen, fish oil, done. All right. Short walk. If I don't feel like doing a short walk or put push-ups and sit-ups, you know, what else I can do? So I'm trying to create like this short here, short burst. Short burst, show you what I got here. Duration is less than 5 minutes. I know in another video I had that I'm not using the duration. I'm trying to experiment with it. See if I like it. Again, there's no sacred cows. I'll try anything once. So this, but I don't want to see open. So because open, I got to think about it. Comms or phone calls. I don't want to call anybody. So I don't want to think about it, and I don't want to talk to nobody. So what's something that's 5 minutes or less that doesn't involve calling anybody and I don't have to think about? Here's 3 things right here. All right, so it's easy for me to go online and just order some name tags for my uniform. Easy, like 3 minutes. You know, click, send, buy. Buy tickets to Fairy Worlds. Just online, click, buy, done. Sit-ups and push-ups. So kind of a harder one, you know, who feels like doing sit-ups and push-ups, all right? So James Clear has another thing, like to develop triggers, all right? So for triggers, for me, for this one, I may have to develop a trigger for this. So for example, what I tell my soldiers is that, you watch a lot of TV? Yeah, okay. Every time you see a Bud Light commercial and they say that annoying catchphrase, dilly dilly, do push-ups, all right? Fuck, you know, beer commercials. Hey, the key to selling a product is come out with a stupid catchphrase. Who cares what it tastes like? Bud Light. No, I'm gonna start it, but it's not beer. Neither is Coors Light. Neither is Pabst Blue Ribbon. Neither is all that stuff. If you can see through it, it's not beer, dude. Biased, I know. All right. So funny thing. So short burst is just a perspective. It's stuff here that something that just to build momentum. This is my APU. I got some tasks to work on. I got to, you know, if I go to this one here, not much in that one. Wow, cool. If I go to, let me show the projects here. Go to CDP. See, here's projects that I've got. And a lot of this stuff is pushed out later on. But in this stuff, if I can't get my motivation to like do work stuff right now, then I've got, you know, if I don't feel like motivation to do work, job, whether it's military, civilian employment, whatever it is, how do I get the motivation started? That's what this list is for. All right, if you look and kill it. Kill it is just everything that's available task that doesn't involve an errand. Here's the, has a task which is tag, which is active roll and hold. Yeah, whatever, don't care about that. I should probably take that out. But is not tagged with someday maybe, location, or waiting. All right? So, available tag, that's not an errand, basically, what I just said. All right? And I forget how many I had. 32 tasks or something right here. Okay, funny thing. This looks like a lot, right? And I've got it organized from flagged, I think, on top. But just looking at this, like, oh, what I'm going to pick to do. Well, this is no big deal for me. I just pop in here like, hey, I can knock this out, read blah, blah, blah. You know, instant paper article is one of those things. Every 6 hours. When I do it, it pops back up 6 hours later. Otherwise, I'll never get through my instant paper articles. Take a short walk. Repeats every day. A lot of the stuff is repeating task and such. Some writing articles. I should change the word from write to draft as such. But like I said, most days this is not an issue. I work out of this and these tasks repeat and keep going. But some days, like I said, my motivation level is low. I struggle with motivation. So how do I get that going? What's the APU? Bam, I pop into this. And because this is normally only a handful of tasks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tasks, I can knock out 3 tasks. 3 tasks ain't jack. Let me knock this out real quick. Boom. All right, cool. All right, I got momentum going. Well, what else can I do? You know, I go into consume. This ain't that many tasks here either. I go into create. Look at this. All right. Another one that I am looking at is rainy day. Rainy day is very similar to the one before. This has 27, I think, tasks in it. So this takes out all the locations except for home, because I have home listed as no location. And it's just active. So this is the same list, but stuff that I can do at home as well. Some experiment with that, I don't know. And then charged early in the morning, I look at, well, when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I look at is this. This is Dracarys, which is fire, Game of Thrones reference. Do soon. Do soon for me is 24 hours. And remaining. So if there's a task B, you know, A, B, C, linear task, and task B is waiting for A, but A itself is waiting for a task. So receive email from Bob that, you know, he needs me at this training location, and then B is buy a computer part or something like that. Well, I need to do this B before XYZ. If it has a due date, I need to see it. Anyway, whatever, long story. Waiting, anything that is due, I will pop up. So this, every morning I look at this. I find it much more useful than this view. I hate the forecast view. I think it's cluttered as hell. Omnifocus took a couple steps back in the cluttered view. But I look at Dracaris, what's due? Okay, cool beans. Boom. Flagged, I'm trying to use the flag. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about flagged. I could put the flags in here, but I don't want to clutter it up. Dracaris is only a do stuff. Flag is what I'd like to do. I think it's important, but it's not due, so it doesn't show up. I don't want to confuse those two. But charge, early in the morning, you know, I get up at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, and I drink my coffee, and that is productivity time for me. I work at it like, what can I knock out here? I mean, look at this. This is my charge. Let me just start from the top and work my way down because I have it ordered by due date. And then, you know, if I did this would give me a great leg up for the rest of the day, right? Heck yeah. And then after lunch or the afternoon or at night, I'm like, man, I'm tired. What can I do? I can do these things. It doesn't require any thought or thinking to do this stuff. I also work out of this sometimes when I'm feeling low motivation, but I'm trying to even make this one smaller, which is why the short burst. It's really the same list, but short burst is just a duration component added to it. So drained is not a project or a group. It's available, has a tag, and it's tagged with due, which is 5 minutes or less, and closed. Closed means no thinking involved. And it doesn't have open, which is a thinking tag for me. So closed and open. Closed is you don't have to think about it. Data entry. Open, you have to think about it. Strategic planning. All right. If I'm tired, I can't do strategic thinking. I can't do a review, actually. So I learned don't do reviews at the end of the day because you just review. Nope, can't do it. And it's not tagged with time deep. Deep is 30 minutes or more. So it's a pretty short list. I can do this stuff, knock it off, vacuum the floor. I mean, yeah, have that on task list and I vacuum the floor, and all of a sudden I just feel motivated to knock out another one. So do a short walk, clear out the voicemail box, do some sit-ups, do some push-ups, download YNAB on the computer. Did that this morning. Review monthly goal. This is something I experimented trying to do. So in day one, which is the best journal app out there, the one problem with day one that I have is their tag system sucks. I hate their tag system. The tag system is lousy. I'll show you that in a second. But I have this goal. So every month, the full moon, so it's not exactly on the month, but around the full moon is a big spiritual thing for me to sit and think about where have I come from the last month and what's I want to work toward the next month and that sort of stuff. And I like thinking of Jungian sort of stuff. So for me, I use these four elements, you know, air, earth, wind, and fire. And so, you know, my goal this month is I review this every morning. Like, all right, physical stuff. What can I do to make this better? You know, work on my sleeping. You know, that if I don't pay attention to that, I will easily transgress back into 5 hours a night, 6 hours a night. And then I'll just be tired all day. And if I don't have a good start in the morning, I don't have a good day. I mean, I have got to start the morning with intention, with resolve, with purpose. If I get up late and I kind of get around to making coffee and get around to this and that, before I know it, it's noon. Day is over. And then it's afternoon, and then it's nighttime. And then I'm just vegging out at the end of the night, just trying to, just whatever, the day was a waste, you know. But what have I done for the next day? So I've got to get up early in the morning. I've got to get started on this. So my day the intention is set for that day. I have found that I fail when I don't do this. And this is every morning, bam, I check my goal here. So I have to remind myself, okay, Ed, you want to eat better. We want to eat healthy. We want to get good sleep, all right? Cool. So when I make lunch, do I go get a hamburger at McDonald's or do I make this the heat of the stuff that I've got. You know, turkey, ground turkey, and kale and broccoli and stuff like that. Okay, let's eat that. Uh, uh, and then mind. You know, remind myself why journalism is important. You know, yes, these are tasks that are in my Omnifocus, but this is just telling me that will help the mind. It just reminds me. That's all it is. You got to remind yourself that journaling is good for the mind. Yes, you do, because your mind is always chasing that squirrel. Reach out to friends, water, you know, social, emotional stuff. You know, friends are important to me. I know I'm an introvert that rarely goes out with people. I force myself to sign up for events, to force myself to be social with other people. There are many times I don't want to go play Dungeons and Dragons. Not because I don't like Dungeons. I freaking love Dungeons and Dragons, but because I just don't feel like going out. But I force myself to go out because I know I'll enjoy the Dungeons and Dragons, but it's forcing me to be social with other people. And every single time, whether it's going out to play Dungeons and Dragons, or whether it's going to the gym, or whether it is that I feel like going, every time out of hundreds of times, at the end of that, I'm glad I went. In other words, we suck at forecasting how we're going to feel in the future. We really don't know. Fire, clarity of purpose. This is the motivational aspect. So every day, this pops up my thing, and I review it. Done, and it's going to pop up tomorrow. So this stuff helps me helps the APU get the motivation going. Daily admin, I use it's the same thing, but it's an admin tag. So this one here is the Sharpen tag. Stephen Covey, Sharpen the Saw, which is not used exactly how I use it. Sharpen the Saw for him was Julie Cameron, The Artist Way, The Artist Date. So go sharpen the saw this week. Okay, well, I'm going to go to the beach on Sunday. Cool. Okay. I've just taken it, and for me, I've broadened it out to micro sharpens or so. And so in one big saw sharpening activity, I do many little saw sharpening activities. So yeah, that might be a walk out in the park, but it also may be meditation every day. Maybe sitting and drinking coffee with a good book. I just downloaded a new Nietzsche book. Not a new Nietzsche book, but a new book that's on Nietzsche, whatever. So there's some other things that I do that maintains stuff. So like input your daily worksheet, input timesheet, or submit report, or whatever. Stuff like that as an administrative maintenance task that you got to do. I'm starting to use this tag here more and more. And this is just daily admin. So I'm experimenting with this. So voicemail bots that get phone calls, I get an insane amount of spam mail on the phone. It's nuts. But, you know, so I send everybody to voicemail. And then some of the voicemails, I will then, you know, make sure I email them back if it's not spam. But sometimes because I'm in between AB, I don't get to it. And so I have to remind myself, I have this recurring task to go in and check voicemail to make sure that I responded to somebody's voice queries. Timesheet. Boom. This is the easy one right here. In fact, did that one. And that one I'll do tonight. This normally pops up. Oh wow, it's already noon. See, the morning has gone by quick. So that's it in a nutshell. The main thing there is motivation wanes, and find small tasks that you can do. And I've added a lot more tasks that are just common little bitty things. Daily timesheet. I think I've done all of them. I'm going to show it. Anyway, I'm adding more and more small tasks that require little to no effort for me to do, that I can go in, check off, and build momentum. I think Todoist does this wonderful with the gamification. I wish Omnifocus would take a page from Todoist with the gamification part. I wish Omnifocus would take a page out of Things with the elegance of their app. Holy cow, is it so beautiful and elegant in its actions. I mean, every single movement is, they put a lot of thought into that app. Such on and so forth. But again, this is the only cafe that I get my gluten-free coffee. I know there's no such thing, but you get my point. That's it. So I know this is long and winding. This is like, oh my gosh, 7 hours and 25 minutes long. But hopefully someone else out there that's been struggling with motivation isn't thinking to themselves that they're a lazy rat bastard. You're not. You could be. You are. But the rest of y'all aren't. This is a normal thing that happens to a lot of us. We all go through these, some more or less than others. And there are some strategies that you can do to counteract that. Don't be so hard on yourself. Think about the reasons why. Deal with other, work. Be around good people. Work on the fundamentals of your fitness. Sleep, nutrition, diet, exercise, and break it down to the small steps. Small steps until eventually your brain goes, "That's it. That's all I gotta do." Bam, and that'll help get it going. And another trick: schedule yourself for external events. Buy concert tickets. I do that all the time. You can hear music playing right now. Yeah, it's easier to stay home and watch it on YouTube. But I force myself to buy concert tickets regularly just to get out of the house, to counteract my own tendencies to go into depression. So there you go. Have fun with that.